What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another King Arthur Legends Rise video, and in today's video I want to answer you guys the most asked question. What are the best legendaries in King Arthur Legends Rise? So we're going to talk about the top 5 best legendaries, guys. There are quite a few legendaries, right? But to be honest, not every single one of them is OP. Not every single one of them will have an amazing utility all around. One of the main questions that a lot of people are asking, especially newcomers to the game, how good are the free legendaries that we're getting, right? So you are getting 2 free legendaries, you're getting Morgan, and you're getting Tristan. Both of them being free for everybody, everybody's gonna get them. Now on top of it, we have quite a few different characters around, so let's actually digest it, right? Let's digest all of the information. Starting with Morgan. Morgan is free and amazing. One of the best legendaries in the entire game, guys. Talking about dungeons, talking about arena, talking about the forbidden dungeon, talking about favored dungeons, talking about master of that, master of the apocalypse. She's amazing every freaking where, okay? Now you're gonna get her with the fire relic, which is not a bad relic, but to be honest, out of all of the relics, I think this is the weakest relic in my opinion. You're going to be able to land the sleep. You're going to be able to land the defense down from the passive. You're going to be able to decrease the target's attack gauge, which is actually pretty nice. You're going to be able to knock down 10% of it. And you're going to be able to land recovery disruption, which is going to be very important for the frozen plains as an idea. Manipulating the attack gauge can be really nice as well, guys. 100% it will be important. But I do think that other relics are making her much better. Personally, I love the Storm relic. Mainly because I have AoE sleep and I can put it on for 2 turns. I can put recovery disruption AoE, which is massive for the forbidden dungeon. Then you're gonna have AoE defense down. You're not really gonna understand the value of defense down till you actually utilize it. And what's nice about this relic is that you can put AoE defense down twice, because each hit will have a chance to land that, right? And with the A1 again, you're gonna have a chance to sleep. Now the passives are actually amazing on her. You're gonna be able to reduce the target's attack gauge by 45% on a 2-turn cooldown. And you're going to be able to remove 2 buffs, which is going to be massive, especially for the Nest of Waiska Lake, where you will need to remove buffs. The attack gauge won't work in there, but it will work in many different areas. She can do a bit of damage as well, but it's not something that I would suggest you to kind of like get out of her. You want to build her on a vigor set, you want to give her accuracy, you want to give her attack speed, you want to give her hit accuracy, to make sure that she will basically land the debuff. She will control the gauge energy. Very important. So when you are asking yourself, should I invest in Morgana? Should I skill her up? 100%. No questions asked. Once you're going to unlock a higher chivalry tier 3 or tier 4 is absolutely game changing for her. Really powerful. And then you have the Frost relic, which is very nice again, because you're going to get attack increase and you're going to gain a shield on all of your team, which once again can be really helpful, guys. Plus recharges a singles ally attack gauge by 70%. Very important for dungeons. Once again, you're going to remove 2 buffs and you're going to inflict damage taken increase 2 for 3 turns. Now these 2 buffs plus the 2 buffs from the passive are going to be huge if you're getting fortunate enough to summon the relic. So, in my opinion, Morgan might be probably the best legendary in the game all around. I feel like nobody else comes close to her full potential, right? Very nice. Moving over to the next one that I have on the list for you guys. And this time around, we are going to talk about the best healer in the entire game. Absolutely amazing, and I'm talking about Gillian. Now, unlike Morgan, you're not gonna get her for free. You're gonna have to summon her, and I would strongly suggest you to save that pack. If you're a spender, you're going to be able to purchase the pack that will give you a relic selector. Once you beat a hard campaign, select the Frost relic for Gillian. Nothing is as game-changing as this relic in the game, because she is the best healer. Now, once you have this relic on her, you're going to take her to the next level, and you're going to have a chance to basically give a healing to your entire team, which is massive. Like, it's going to help your team so much. Plus, of course, she can reduce the attack gauge on an enemy, which is very helpful. So you do want to have some accuracy on her next to all of that healing and next to that HP and recovery. She does have a chance as well to put Temptation. I don't tend to use the A3 on Gillian at all. I'm just going A1, A2. Now, this can be a bit better for Arena. Can be pretty nice as well for the Forbidden Dungeon. But the main thing that's really powerful on her is going to be the healing. If I'm not mistaken, the standard relic for her is going to be the Fire one, which, again, will have a chance to put Temptation, will give you healing, will reduce the attack gauge on an enemy, but the healing won't be AoE, right? It's still a chance with the Frost relic, but it's absolutely insane. I'm using this character in pretty much every single content, guys. So there is no secret. Probably you guys already know it, at least the majority of you guys. Invest in her with confidence. Skill up all of her passives. Will be really helpful as well. And this one in particular, on a 4th turn cooldown, when an ally is inflicted with abnormal status, triggers overhealing for all allies inflicted with abnormal status and grants abnormal status immunity for 2 turns. I can't tell you how helpful this passive is when you're getting a character pretty low and then he gets a crowd control debuff on abnormal status, and this procs back on full HP, and then you're having the abnormal status immunity as well. Absolutely amazing character, plus a chance to attack, to charge the attack gauge of 2 random allies. Very powerful. So Gillian, again, the best healer in the entire game. Moving on to the best damage dealer in the entire game. Probably you guys already know this, at least the majority of you guys. Bedivere, absolutely insane, okay? Nobody else compares with him in terms of damage, and the best relic for him is going to be the Frost relic. I actually have this maxed, 0 regrets, took him to 60, awakened him to 60, to 6 stars, sorry, absolutely no regrets. This skill hits so damn hard, and the good part about him is that you don't need to build him with full crit rate, because he self-buffs with crit rate, deals the additional damage. You can honestly one-shot some of the tankiest enemies in the entire game. Very good for PvP, and is my main damage dealer in every single dungeon, every single content. He is the GOAT, right? Because he is the best damage dealer. Now, the best build for him will be an attack set with a crit rate set, or an attack set with a damage set, aka crit damage set, and you're going to gain insane value out of him. You want to focus on a bit of crit rate, attack, as much crit damage as possible, hit accuracy to make sure you won't be missing any of the hits, right? For Morgana, because I haven't really mentioned it, you want to build her on a vigor set. Same for Gillian, you want to build her on a vigor set, and you do need accuracy on both of those characters. That vigor set, man, is just so freaking powerful. Like, honestly, there isn't really anything else that can compare with that. Next legendary on the list, guys, is going to be Merlin. Now, Bedivere and Merlin had boosted summoning banners, where we had an increased chance to summon these characters, and Merlin was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Then was Bedivere, and most likely Bedivere will follow pretty soon on another summoning banner. Merlin, very important as well as a crowd control character. Probably there is no other character in the game that can offer you more crowd control than Merlin, right? Very nice. So let's start with the passives. When using skill 2 while current HP is 50% or higher, changes the weather today, charges 5 vigor, removes all debuff dot and abnormal status from all allies. So this can be pretty nice. Of course, available uses only 2, so you're not going to be able to constantly use this one. Then, when using skill 3, grants all allies defense increase 2 and recovery over time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is the only reviver in the game. So, when using skill 3 while current HP is 30% or lower, grants revival with 60% of max HP to all dead allies. So basically, you're gonna revive all of your team. It's a bit harder to really control this because it needs to be low, under 30% HP to actually activate. In the very high end content, he might get smacked before he gets that low, right? So it's a bit harder to make the most out of it, but it's definitely very powerful. Now his relics are very good as well. So you have the Frost one, attacks one enemy 4 times and has a 100% chance to inflict frozen remains, which grants damage taken decreased to one attacker for 1 turn, grants dot immunity to the attacker for 2 turns, and a 90% chance to recharge the attacker's attack gauge by 30%. Now this one is going to be massive if you want to cheese, for example, the Burning Land. You can do it with 2 other allies. There are some strategies in there where you can run Anguish and Isolde with him to farm that dungeon. And this can be really nice for it. You cannot do it without the frozen remains. Then he has an AoE freeze on the A3. Attacks all enemies 2 times. It's only a 55% chance, but is very impactful for Arena. Very impactful for the Forbidden Dungeon. And with the A1, another chance to inflict freeze. Then you have the Fire Relic, a chance to stun. You have a chance to basically inflict Phoenix's Ashes, which heals the attacker, has a chance to grant attack increase 1 to the attacker, and a chance to recharge the attacker's attack gauge by 30. Gaining all of that gauge attack energy is going to be massive. Plus, you have the A3, which has a 100% independent chance to grant each ally 3 damage increase 2 for 2 turns, and a chance to grant each ally debuff immunity for 2 turns, and a chance to basically recharge the vigor by 1, and a chance to inflict attack gauge disruption on each enemy for 2 turns. Crazy good relic as well, guys. And the Stone Relic has a chance to inflict stun. This one right here, the first 3 hits have a 60% independent chance to grant each ally crit damage increase for 1 turn. Upon critical strike, a chance to grant each ally crit rate increase 2 for 1 turn, and a chance to grant each ally pain connection. When hit by abnormal status, applies abnormal status to the target instead. And a chance to inflict confusion and silence. This is a very good crowd control relic, guys, especially for PvP. So Merlin is definitely in that top 5 legendaries. Now, the question that a lot of you guys are kind of like asking, who is the next one on the list? We have a lot of them that are actually pretty good in a lot of content. And to be honest, it's pretty hard to choose. And I guess it's a bit more subjective by everyone's account, by what type of content you are farming on general basis. I love Ain. I think she's an amazing character. Very good support. But to be honest, I'm a massive fan of Sigrun. So I will put her in my top 5. If you disagree, let me know in the comments down below and let me know why. I'm not necessarily saying that she's in top 5 just because the nest of Wiskullhaig, right? I feel like she's just so freaking effective in so much content, and she can deal so much damage, guys. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how much damage she can actually deal. So gains Queen's counter for 5 turns, which has a chance to basically reflect damage and put mark on enemies. Then you have a chance to taunt and put mark on a single enemy. Then you have a chance to basically grant ability switch debuff immunity, ability switch dot immunity, and ability switch abnormal status immunity to all allies. And that's when being hit. And if self HP is 30% or lower, gains perseverance for the rest of the battle. Now, in terms of relics, you start with the Fire Relic, and honestly, I like the Fire Relic quite a bit. You're going to be able to charge the attack and attack all enemies and inflict mark on them and inflict damage dealt decrease too. This is actually really important. So many bosses are just completely wiping your entire team, and having attack decrease basically on the enemy is really important. But this skill deals so much damage if you build her right, guys. Now, she's very needy in terms of stats. Yes, she requires accuracy. She requires hit accuracy. She requires defense. She requires attack. She requires crit rate. She requires crit damage. And if you can build her on a vigor set, 100% the best option to kind of like have a hybrid build. But she deals a lot of serious damage, guys. And then recovery, escort to an ally, which means that she's gonna jump in front, take the hits for that ally, and the A1, again, another chance to land mark. The other relics are more or less pretty similar. What is a bit more different is the A3, but again, not very different to be like, oh my god, it's completely different. They all need to charge, basically. Some of them are single target, some of them are AoE skills, and to be honest, an AoE skill is much better. This has a much better chance to taunt, and that would make my top 5 best legendaries in King Arthur Legends Rise. Now, of course, we have the new legendary, Iwaret, which I don't have yet. I haven't really got a chance to really play her out to see her damage. A lot of people are kind of like in between. Some people are saying that she's trash just as a mark champion. Other people saying that she's dealing insane damage. And to be honest, she does have the potential to deal some really serious damage. I will work on a tier list, guys, where I'm going to basically rank all of the characters, and I will make a proper tier list like I've done on Dragonair and other games that I've played before, done on every single area, etc. So keep an eye on that. Most likely it's going to be done for next week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What other legendaries you think they're absolutely amazing, and what other ones you think are competing for that top 5 spot. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I do want to say a massive shout out to all of you guys that supported my channel. If you guys are not familiar, you can head over to the link in the description down below, click on support the channel, and we're going to be able to earn free rewards every single month, multiple times a month, right? I'm going to earn some rewards, and I'm going to be able to give you guys back some different stuff like stamina, gold, etc. So if you haven't done it just yet, head over and support, guys. I really appreciate all of you. But I'll catch you all in the next video. Much love. Peace.